Hey everyone, welcome to yet another channel review live stream. This time I want to do something special. I want to take it up a notch and talk about growth strategies. I prepared a really interesting cartwheel of different growth strategies, and the idea is to look at which strategies you apply already and which one might be the next step for your channel. So let's see how that works. For those who are currently watching the replay, I will be leaving a timestamp in the description so you can jump to the part where I explained that cartwheel and how the thinking I will be applying to the reviews. All right, hi everyone. Avinaba, welcome. I think you're new on the channel. Welcome. My tech diary, old friend, how are you doing? Gma, how are you doing? Thanks for all your comments recently. I really appreciate that. Gamers Therapy, how are you doing? Pam, old friend, great to have you here. By the way, big shout out to Pam and many others from the Tube Ritual group, because the cartwheel that I will be showing to you with the growth strategies is actually something that I discussed yesterday in the Tube Ritual group, and I got so great feedback to extend it even more. So I think it's kind of complete even now with all the growth strategies. Yeah, you're real estate whisperer. How are you doing? I again forgot your name. Sorry. Too many people, I guess. Yeah, Quill Ink and History. How are you doing? You have a question already, Nico. Have you thought about updating the data in Morningfame? The current data findings search terms is very outdated. I, that's weird because Morningfame directly takes the data from YouTube directly at the same second you search, basically. Yeah, maybe you can explain to me a little bit in detail what you mean via email, for example. I think that's a more complex discussion. All right, Christina, how are you doing? um, I try to remember your name finally. Somehow I remember that last live stream I asked you and the one before even. So yeah, I am I am Mona Melba. How are you doing? Welcome to my channel, by the way. I think I see you the first time here. The lifting dermatologist. Where is the stress in this word? Dermatologist or dermatologist? I don't know. The German word is the same, but I bet pronounced differently in English. Hey Nico, thanks for responding to all the questions I've asked on Facebook and YouTube. I really appreciate. My pleasure. Actually, responding to people like you is my way to understand YouTubers and what their problems, what their questions are, and that influences my work all the time. So, absolutely my pleasure. It's a win-win for everyone. All right. Derm dermatologist. Anyway, okay. Uh, hi Tom, how are you doing? Great to see you here. By the way, Tom recently made an interview with Dan from Creator Fundamentals, and they really had a great discussion, half an hour long. But I watched the whole thing because it was so interesting to see, like, the YouTube advice people behind the scenes, what they are thinking. I mean, we YouTube advice people not always have the chance to talk about that in front of the camera, because I guess usually it's we focus on giving advice instead of telling our whole life story. But this was a really interesting interview Tom did with Dan. Oh yeah. Cool, really cool. With Nick coming up. Your interview, Tom and Nick. Um, I really look forward to this one. Um, all right. Ayamona Melba. Let's see. Maybe you're the one who is randomly picked in one of the reviews I will do shortly, and then let's see what we can do. But basically, for everyone, obviously I can't review everyone. The stream will last 2 hours, so I will cram in as many reviews as I can. But the thinking that I will be doing today certainly can apply to you then as well. Once, I explained it to you. Maybe I should dive right in. Because I was thinking about what are the different growth strategies, and my inspiration came actually from a book I read about growing a startup. And obviously, I invested a lot of time into thinking about how I can grow Morningfame, the tool Morningfame. And I'm now an entrepreneur for full 4 years already. Yeah. And that obviously led to a lot of thinking about that. And there is one book that is really great for that. And by the way, a good recommendation for you as well if you are providing a product or a service. So I think many of you who do how-to channels do like a product, maybe an online course, that's a product, or an ebook, or you offer a service like consulting, right? So in this case, I would actually recommend you to read this book as well. Let me show it to you. This is this one, Traction. I read many books about all the stuff like product design and marketing and all that. And that is one of the very few books that I really highly recommend. And what you see here in the book is 19 different traction channels. By the way, you can Google for this book, and there are good blog articles about it that sum up the book, like the 19 traction channels. Just Google traction 19 channels, and yeah, probably the author. You'll find something. And what you can see here, that's more about marketing. That doesn't directly apply to a YouTube channel directly, but parts of it obviously as well. I think YouTube channels are like a startup that you grow. So you have the same issues. You have to provide value for a audience, yeah, like a product has to offer a functionality for the customers, right? And what you see here, where are we? I'm in the table of content. Critical here, chapter 6, I think that's the first traction channel. Targeting blogs, yeah, publicity, unconventional PR, sometimes known as guerrilla marketing, search engine marketing. Yeah, you have ads on Google. There is search engine optimization, so you rank on Google. That's two different things. Offline ads like billboards, right? Email marketing, viral marketing, and somewhere we have affiliate programs, trade shows. Yeah, you go to a convention, have a booth there. So you have different traction channels, and the idea is there are so many options how you can grow your startup in this case, or the same way a YouTube channel, that you can't always use them all. Yeah, right. And obviously you can't always use all of them at the stage you're currently in. Let me give you an example for my startup, for example. I was at VidCon this year, and I just walked around there. I didn't have a booth. Yeah, obviously, TubeBuddy and vidIQ had a booth. Yeah, and that was no question that they do that for their marketing purposes. But my startup is not in a position to do booth on VidCon. They told me about $100,000, and I think vidIQ paid even more. I mean, it's really expensive, and by far I have not that much money. My whole revenue is I ever made with Morningfame is lower than that. So I'm not at the stage to do that. Yeah, but as you progress through those stages, different traction channels, marketing channels become relevant to you. Yeah. So the idea is that you evaluate those growth channels, yeah, for YouTube or marketing channels for startups every now and then decide you try something new. Maybe you are at the stage where that could work really well. So without further ado, let me show you my cartwheel that I came up with. Here we go. That's the cartwheel. We have the 8 different growth strategies that I came up with. And thanks to the Tube Ritual group, 2 of them were added. I started with 6, and thanks to all your feedback in the group, I have now 8. And this is the idea, right? We have different ways to bring audiences to our channels. Yeah, obviously one of the biggest one is the YouTube algorithm, right? We do SEO, so we can rank our evergreen videos on in search, so that continuously views are driven through search, and of course also as a side effect in suggested. So the algorithm is working for us in this case, and the purpose is to create evergreen contents that will bring us views for a long time. Then you have, of course, trends in your niche. Yeah, you are probably you may be the first one to publish a video on a new game that was just released, or a new beauty product line that was just released. Maybe you got it even earlier than everyone else, so you are the first video on YouTube. So as soon as people find out about the new product line or the new game, they have interest in these kinds of videos and search it, and YouTube has not many videos to serve up, so your video, even though you might be a small channel, ranks high for that given trend, for that game, for that product line. Or you do reactions, right? I mean, here, YouTube drama, for example, there's happening things all the time, and there's a good reason to do reactions for what is happening with the drama going on, for example. I mean, not only for YouTube, you have it basically in all niches, right? And so that is where the algorithm works for us. On the platform, they bring us new viewers. And this is basically the 2 types of content that you can do. Then, of course, a collabs is one way, certainly. I mean, we all know that. We get views from other channels. Yeah, the subscribers on those channels go over to us ideally, because we were interviewed on the other channel. We got a shout out. But by the way, it doesn't always mean that you have to be promoted on the other channel, ideally a bigger channel than you. It is also possible to drive views. For example, I do some creator stories sometimes, as you know. And this is just a video I do about another YouTuber who had a success, for example. And that other YouTuber doesn't mention me on his channel. It's not a collaboration where on both channels we do videos. It's just that I do a video featuring another YouTuber. But then, of course, that YouTuber is happy to get featured on my video and sends out a tweet on Twitter and brings viewers to me. So even in this situation, it works pretty well for outreach as well. Anyway, collabs, that's a no-brainer that this is a good strategy to grow a channel. And then, of course, we have 3 aspects that we do on our own channel. Yeah, that's first of all linked content. You have the end screens where you lead people to other of your videos. You have the view handoff method that Brian G. Johnson coined this terms. He originally called it ritual handoff. I think nowadays he switched to view handoff. The idea is at the end of the video, you're pitching a related video include a card then at the end of the video. And because you do a special pitch, because both videos are very related, people do click the card, and this way you make the views that you actually already get count more, because people watch not one video but 2 videos, or even more if you are strong into series, doing series, so people can even binge watch your content. So this is a strategy where you can multiply the traffic you already have without even needing more people, because the people you have watch more. That's the idea here. Then, of course, active subscribers is one big point here, because the idea is growing is not only about getting new people to your channel, right? It's also about not losing too many people on your channel, because the less you lose, the more you keep your subscribers active, so they keep coming back, right? Then you lose less. The less people you have to gain on the other side, right? In order to grow faster. It's both sides. Yeah, you want to gain as many as you want, as possible, and you want to lose as few as possible. So this is certainly something. And obviously, I mean, live streams are a way to engage with your audience, like I'm doing right now. That is a special way, especially for subscribers, to have this personal connection, right? I mean, there is no better way than live stream doing that. And by the way, I didn't mention it until now. At the core here is the value. Yeah, no growth strategy will work if your videos don't have the appropriate value. Yeah, many people, me included, of course, talk about quality of the video. Yeah, something like that. But it's really essentially the value at its core, the information that you share, the entertainment value that your videos have, that has to be correct. And the value has to fit the growth strategy. For example, for live streams, channel reviews is perfect because I can do the interaction with you, right? But doing a channel review as a recorded video that I upload is usually not working that well. Because let's be frank, when we do a channel review as a YouTube advice guy, then the most interested person in that review is the one who gets reviewed. Yeah. And so just watching a review of some other channel that might not even be in the same niche as you are is not really so interesting. But for live streams, it works well because I can cram in multiple reviews and answer your questions along the way. So it is working much better for live streams. So value has to fit the growth strategy. Same for evergreen. I mean, you can't just do anything for evergreen. It has to be answering a question, for example, that people ask all the time. Yeah, trends you have to focus on the trend. Otherwise, the video won't be relevant for the trends, right? The collab has to anyway. I mean, and so on, right? You get the idea. Then what you also can do on your channel is shareable content, in a sense that you let your own audience work for you. Yeah, you do challenges, you do tags, not the metadata tags. What I mean is these tags as in game of tags. Like in all the niches, you have tags where you usually have a list of questions and you answer them, and then you tag to other YouTuber and ask them to do the tag as well, and it's spreading this way. And this is oftentimes a really interesting video idea for your channel to move along, like doing more like a YouTuber community thing. It's a good thing, and the idea here is obviously that also like giveaways that your audience enjoys that and shares that with their friends, and with that it gets a little bit of a snowball effect where through this sharing more more people come your way, because you did something where you involve people, like challenges, and they invite their friend to take part in the challenge as well. Yeah. Hi, Schilders Bedriff Edens. I hope I pronounced that right. Probably not. Sorry. I think you can spool back 5 to 10 minutes. I think there I started talking about the wheel. Yeah, and then finally you have from the internet, sources where you can bring new people as well. Social media. Of course, you can on Twitter, Instagram have your platform-specific content strategy. Yeah, you share content there and grow your audience over there, and then you bring those people over to your YouTube channel. Or what is also really cool, and which I covered in the video, the second last video that I did, is if you tap into communities, yeah, forums, Reddit, Facebook groups, where you do videos, yeah, value has to match the content strategy. You do videos for those communities, yeah, and share that there. Then you can easily bring a bunch of new people over to your channel. That's really helpful. And finally, of course, websites, email lists, which is similar to social media, but this is more your own, right? You bring people through a free ebook. You get people signed up on your email list, for example. You have a blog or something, which you all own, so you have more control over that. And yeah, use this as an outlet to grow an audience and bring them to your YouTube channel as well. Yeah, I hope that's so far so good. Yeah, the idea is now for the reviews. Let's see which strategies you already apply and what I think would be a good idea to try out next. Maybe as a way to give your channel a new growth spurt. All right. I see a question here where you get background for your thumbnails or make it yourself. It was not directed to me. All right. Quora is, by the way, also a very great place to promote your content. Of course, if you're tapping into social media communities like Quora, Reddit, and all that, you have to respect the rules and the interests of those communities. So you don't fall prey to doing just shameless self-promotion, obviously, right? All right. Yeah. Spinal, welcome, by the way. How to make new topics for any gaming channel. By the way, I have a playlist on my channel that's called How to Grow a Gaming Channel. Feel free to check that out. But in general, it's a great question. As I said, the value has to match the growth strategy. Yeah. And the video ideas are the starting point for creating value. And depending on which growth strategy you apply, different video topics work well. Evergreen, you do research and look what people are searching all the time. So the video idea would be to answer a question, FAQs, right? That everyone has all the time. For trends, you look at conferences that are happening in your niche. For example, if you talk about comic books, yeah, you're looking at a Comic-Con convention and what are the new releases there. And obviously, that creates a trend. People suddenly see some new comic book line on a Comic-Con and then start searching for this comic book line. And yeah, that's a trend which you can use for your comic book channel. Same for games, by the way. There was the E3 recently, and I bet it certainly kicked off many trends for new game releases and such. And doing a video of those new game releases right at the time where everyone got to know about them on the E3 gaming convention is a good idea. Collabs, the video idea is obviously something that somehow overlaps with the channel you're collabing. Link content is the series idea. Yeah, you build up a topic in multiple episodes that you usually talk about, not just one video, but in a series. So that already gives you a bunch of video ideas at a time. So that's the idea behind it. Yeah. All right. Underdog Strength, great idea. I don't have it available for download. I mean, do you have your screenshot tool ready? Do you have it? Because here we go. That's the full screen thing. Full, yeah, good quality enough, I hope. Just grab a screenshot right now and yeah, you have it. Feel free to use it, share it. Yeah, I'm happy to provide that. All right, I leave it on the screen for a minute. All right. Hi, Off-Grid, how are you doing? Yeah, maybe you win the lottery today. I would say, without further ado, let's do the first review. Everyone who wants a review, please post in the chat at Morningfame review right now. So you basically enter the lottery, and I will, as always, draw a random number, and that is the person who gets a review then. Yeah, and then after that, I do the next review, and I ask you again and choose a random number. So that's the way how it works. So yeah, just leave that in the chat, and I will choose from you, from the one. Hi, how are you doing, Carmen? No skills required. How are you doing, old friend? So, all right. How many do we have here? Let's see. Yeah, looks good. I would say we take a random number from 0 to 20. All right. So then 49 is the one that is the old number. That doesn't count. All right. Here we do the next one. 2. Oh, 2. All right. Oh, here we go. Mr. Sharp was the first one, and then Vern Family Vlogs. It's your turn. Perfect. Copy link. Here we go. Just open up. There was a question. What's more important, audience retention or total watch time? Short videos get more audience retention. The audience retention, yeah, how long you retain your viewers over the course of the length of your video, is actually not too important. It is something you should use in order to measure how well you're doing compared to the average of all the other videos that are of similar length. That's the so-called relative audience retention. It's a really great gauge to see whether you're properly retaining your audience already. Yeah, the idea is that you have high most of the time or above average at least. Yeah, so that's basically a gauge that tells you whether you're doing already great or whether you have to improve your skills in retaining your audience. By skills, I mean better editing, better video topic, the way you talk, the way you deliver your jokes if you have a comedy channel, all that, right? But what really counts in the end is expected watch time for the video. The algorithm is actually looking at expected watch time. Expected watch time is not something that you can see as a number, but what counts there is the average view duration. Yeah, the minutes that people watch your video on average. So if you are doing a short video that is shorter, then you would be able to retain your audience. Then you are leaving money on the table, so to say. Your videos should be long enough so that you can deliver your skills on retaining your audience to make the most out of each view. Of course, if you have an hour-long video and your retention is average view duration is 5 minutes, you didn't win anything by having an hour-long video. If you have an average view duration of 5 minutes, then it doesn't make really sense to have a video longer than 10 minutes because your skills to retain the audience doesn't allow you to get more watch time out of a longer video. And expected watch time is a combination of the average view duration you have plus the click-through rate from the impressions you get. Yeah, the more people click, the more watch time you will obviously get from those people who see your video, who got an impression. And of course, for each person who watches it, you want to have as long as possible view duration. So this grows the expected watch time as well. So I hope that helps a little bit in this. It's kind of a complicated matter, but that's actually what the algorithm is looking at. Officially, it's documented. In a scientific paper, I'm often citing in my videos. All right, long story short, I'm sorry, I digressed a bit. Let's look at the Vern family vlog. Here we go. We have, a vlog, 36-week pregnancy update. So obviously it's about family, growing a family, doing fun things with your kids and all that. Very interesting, nice. What do you say? Who's your target audience? Other parents or other kids? Maybe both sometimes, right? I would assume that primarily other parents watch it, and every now and then it's a video they watch together with their kids, right? Could we say that? All right. So let's see. A vlog, obviously, is something that is more something about subscribers. Yeah, vlogs usually are driven by subscribers because it's like following along your story, right? And families is your target. Okay, perfect. Yeah, yoga challenge. That's a fun thing to do with your as a whole family, right? So when we look at the cartwheel here, it's certainly active subscribers, I bet, is your strong suit. We could look into your Morningfame report to verify that, but let's just assume that's the case. That's your subscribers keep coming back because you're telling the story, and I bet when you're doing something like back to school, that's really relevant. Then first day of school, that's everything. I mean, that's something all the parents go through right now, right? First, they prepare for it, and then the first day of school. So there's a reason for them to get back. So I would say you're already very strong in active subscribers. Let's see, evergreen content. That's usually a difficult thing to do for vlogs because when you tell your story, it's more following along your story and less about answering something like can you change the tire of your car. That's certainly an evergreen content, right? Evergreen topic. But let's see, a challenge is something that is certainly I bet not so evergreen worthy. Car line talk as well not. The appointment that actually could be more like an evergreen content because every mother goes through those ultrasound appointments, right? So they start searching for that if they are preparing for that and everything. Um, so this is something more like evergreen. Back to school 2018, probably next year. Other videos will come in a rank instead of this video, so this is also not very evergreen. The question is, did you think about evergreen content before? It depends on what kind of style you want to have. If you want to go for that or not, yeah. It's a personal decision. It's usually not the kind of thing that blogs work with. So I wouldn't recommend that per se, but obviously it could be something to think about, because you might have in your life story with your family coming up some evergreen contents topics all the time, and then of course it's a good idea to optimize them for search. The interesting part, how about collabs? Because I see you have your own family. Did you collab with other families before? I bet that could be a really great dynamic. Maybe on a Sunday meeting with other families at a barbecue, for example. Maybe that's something that could work really well. Let's see what you... Beach day. It doesn't look like there are other families. Yeah, great that you have some evergreens. Yeah, it is something that works more difficult for vlogs. Not our best idea, reacting to scary videos. I bet your kids got scared. I see. Meet the Blues. You met the Blue Angels? I mean the Blue Angels who fly the aircrafts, or other Blue Angels? If you want to do a great question, Legendary Life. If you want to do collabs, it is not so much about the size of the channel. It's quite possible to collab with a bigger channel. However, of course, I mean, you feel free to collab with small channels like you. And I think looking at that, I would say, do you know families that do YouTube channels as well? I mean, that could be a great idea for a collab. Try that. That would be my recommendation to you. But in general, for doing collab, the idea is this. First of all, it doesn't have to be a big channel you collab with. Obviously, it's much nicer to have a bigger channel to collab with, because this way you drive a lot of traffic to your channel. That's ideally what we all want. But you know, even collabing with a same size channel could be a big boost for you. So don't aim too high necessarily. But whenever you want to do a collab, the idea is, don't just say, I want to collab. Who wants to collab? And that's it. Who then would get motivated to say yes? I mean, collab is work. Yeah. Both parties, both sides have to be excited about the collab. And the way to get the other party excited about the collab is, first of all, you have to have a pretty good channel. Yeah, especially if you want to collab with a bigger channel, you have to have high quality videos. Yeah, so that the bigger channel sees like, all right, that's a smaller channel, but it's only because that channel is still very young. The quality is already on par with the quality the bigger channel has. Yeah, that's a prerequisite there. You can't do crappy video and hope for for a bigger channel to chime in. They have a reputation to uphold, and they certainly only get motivated to collab with a smaller channel if the video quality is on par. So that's a prerequisite. But anyway, video quality, high video quality is always a good idea. So I assume that's a given. And the second thing to get them motivated is to have a collab project idea at hand. Yeah, not just asking, I want to collab, I do like family vlogging and that's it, or I do a gaming channel about these games. That's not motivating people. What you need to do is, for example, let's say in the family vlog area, you plan to go to Disneyland, yeah, with your kids. And you know another family who always wanted to go there too and has a YouTube channel too. So you tell them, hey, how about we go there together and we do record our vlog episodes and we interact and do one video on our channel, one video on the other, and refer to each other. Yeah. So both have a fun day and you both get a video out of it. Yeah, that's a project idea. Or for example, recently, or not recently, but in my case, there was another YouTuber, Michael, who said like, let's do a video on my channel about the 5 top tips to grow a channel. Yeah, you do 3 tips, I do 2 tips, and then we alternate like this, and that would become a top 5 tips to grow a channel video. Yeah, that's a precise idea, and he told me that this way, and then I had an idea. Okay, that means I start my camera and do 3 tips, record 3 tips. I hand it over to him, and he does the rest, like introduction and the other 2 tips and final words, right? So I know what I need to do, and that's not too much of an effort. Still took me half a year to record all that. That was not a good idea. I did better collabs like this before, where I was faster. But anyway, this is a concrete idea, right? And this way, if you approach someone with this kind of idea, then they know what to do. They can get excited about it. Yeah, that's crucial if you want to collab with someone else. And yeah, don't miss no skills required post just now. He is happy to feature other similar channels. Awesome. That's a great offer. All right. So yeah, without further ado, I would say let's go to the next review. Here we go. Leave in the comment at Morningfame review. My tech diary is the first one to enter the draw of the random number. I don't have a super chat. First of all, because I'm not yet monetized, I'm too lazy to sign up for that. And second of all, if you want to support me, get a Morningfame subscription. That's my business model. But thank you very much for asking. All right. Yeah, next review. Let's see. How to grow my education kids channel. It's a good idea. A good question. Kids channels are quite a different beast, so to say, because the viewers are ones who don't actively choose their video to watch. They can't yet write properly. Probably, if you are targeting small children, it's more the parents you need to target. Yeah, and good question. Maybe we have some review right now for a kids channel. That would be interesting to do. All right, another draw. Here we go. 2 was the old number. Sorry, I have to see that. 2 was the old number, and here we go. 7. All right. Who's next? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Gma, it's your turn. Awesome. Let's have a look. I once had a look at your channel, but I can't remember what it was about. Let's see. Ah, okay. What a coincidence. It's a kids channel. Maybe, so ABCU, this is not a kids channel where it's about education. It's more about entertainment. Here we go. But I hope we can get some similar thoughts that help you as well. All right. A poem about child's tiny hands. You're drawing your images yourself, right? And tell a story along the line, it looks like. Count 1 to 10, learn numbers. So it's a little bit of education. What a coincidence. Great. ABCU, that's probably same advice to you. All right, kids channel. It's not that easy. Usually channels have the situation that those you wanna advertise your videos to are the same who are watching that. For kids, it's not really the case. The parents choose the video they should watch, and then kids usually watch it on autoplay. Yeah, sometimes they click a thumbnail that looks nice in the suggested videos, and this way they navigate a little bit through YouTube and watch the next videos, a little bit based on their choices. But in order to really make it work for the discovery, other than, of course, appearing in suggested videos, is to somehow find a way that the parents like your channel, subscribe your channel, and tend to open up your videos first for that child. Yeah. So obviously the value here is very important. Yeah. Again, the cartwheel, the value at the core. The parents should feel there is really valuable education or entertainment in the videos that they want the kids to watch. Something kid-friendly, something inspirational, so they help the kid to evolve in their childhood. I don't have the right English word right now, but I bet you know what I mean. All right. So let's see. Certainly, if you do your own poems, it is not something that people search for because they just don't know about your poems. Obviously, they only know about poems that are common. Count 1 to 10 is certainly something that people would probably search for. Yeah, learn numbers for babies, toddlers, and what is the other? Preschoolers, kindergarten, read aloud. Yeah, so that is something that would be fitting the evergreen area. Yeah, perfect. I think that's very important. Yeah, to focus in this case, if you have a kids educational channel, that you have to draw in new people, and that's obviously the parents who search for that. So optimize your evergreen videos for the parents, what they probably would search for. And the idea is, of course, to use the search bar to find 1 to 10. Yeah, that's the search term. Perfect. And so that means you're probably not ranking there. Your channel is still very small, but that is optimized for this search term. Perfect. So that's the right way to go here. And you it's no need to do it for every video, obviously, but every now and then doing that draws in new audience. So check for evergreen. Trends. Do you have trends in in kids niches. I mean, of course, if a new Pixar movie comes out, a new Disney movie comes out, something like that could be interpreted in your video. Probably, quite interesting, by the way. On my channel, I once did a video that is interesting for you, small channels especially, because if you have a trend like a Pixar movie or a Disney movie, no question, there are biggest channels to chime in on that trend. Yeah, do videos about the new movie, dress up in a costume of the persons appearing in the movies, like Spider-Man and Frozen, right? That's common to do. But interestingly, I once analyzed such a huge trend on YouTube, and here is a video that I did about the fidget spinner trend. And obviously that's also that kind of trend which for which big channels have videos right away, and they are dominating search there. And also, of course, suggested videos, because they are the big channels. They have the channel authority, they rank much better. So is there a chance for a small channel to even jump on such a big trend? And if you are interested, yes, you can. That's really interesting to see. I'm actually featuring 5 different small channels in this video, where I show that even though they are still small, the biggest one had 17,000 subscribers there, but everyone else, all the other 4, were below or close to 1,000 subscribers, or just a few hundred even. So I found out that their videos, even though they were not jumping on the trend right away, they were a small channel. The big channels are already having their big videos with millions of views about fidget spinners. Still, doing a video about the fidget spinners brought them plenty of views. Yeah, those videos were more successful than their other videos they usually had. So don't be afraid to jump on trends, even if they are big ones where big channels are already having their videos about. But probably there are also small channels, small trends in your niche that could work. What would it be here, for example? Maybe that would be too small, but in your local community, you would have a fair where kids show off their their drawings, like kindergartens have exposition about their drawings, like in your county, maybe something big even. I don't know whether that happens, but this would be where a few thousand people are visiting. So you could probably do a video about that event, like maybe just a vlog episode, and optimize it in a way that people who were there and search on YouTube for that find your video. Yeah, that's the kind of small trend where certainly the big channels wouldn't move in. It's too small for them. But for a small channel, that's something where you can rank first because it's small enough. That's also an idea where you could jump in. So jumping on trends is something, I don't know, it's hard to see, of course, here. Do you jump on trends every now and then? Certainly. Oh, you redesigned your thumbnails here. I really like the direction you're going with your thumbnails, by the way. Really neat. Excellent. Really, really nice. And especially since you show your face in your thumbnails now, the parents who search for your videos immediately recognize your videos and know, like, I think you told me you are a kindergartner yourself, right? So they know you do great education and all that stuff. And they know if they click just any videos of yours, they will be providing their kid like really great content. You know, you never know if you show your kids videos, whether you could accidentally like show them something that is not appropriate for kids. There's always this risk, right? But if you do, especially as a kid channel, do this personal connection, you as a person like are proof for really valuable content, really kid friendly. And then they build trust in you, and showing your face in their videos is a really great way to do so, by the way. Hi Joe, thank you for that. And by the way, hi Daniel, how are you doing? All right. I think jumping on trends, maybe that's a good idea that you could think about. It is usually jumping on trends is something like finding ways to observe what is happening in your niche. Yeah. In your case, for the kids channel, like I said, these science fairs for small kids, for example, but also big trends like kids books conventions, yeah, bigger ones, can create trends because parents are suddenly interested knowing about the books, but you're not really a booktuber who would review books, so I don't know whether that would fit. But it's all about figuring out how you can stay up to date about what is happening in your niche. So subscribing to newsletters is a good idea. Subscribing to the RSS feed of blogs that talk about new things. Go on a mailing list for, like for example, a kids book company who release those books, right? They have newsletters as well. All that things that could basically send everything that's happening to your email inbox, for example, or follow people on Twitter who are in your niche, who talk about recent news. Especially Twitter is good for that. I, for example, have a few Twitter accounts even on, on Twitter you have something similar like ring the bell on YouTube. I just don't remember how it's called there. So that every time that account does a tweet, I'm actually getting a notification on my phone. So instead of having to scroll through the feed on Twitter itself and hope that I catch every tweet of those, I just get a notification, and this way I stay on top of what is happening there. I have, of course, the YouTube accounts, a Creator Academy of YouTube I have on the bell. I have YouTube consultants on a bell like Matt Gillen. I read every tweet of him this way because when he releases a new YouTube algorithm study, I certainly want to know about that right away and all that. That's the idea behind it. Find ways to get notified about what's happening, and then you can jump on those trends immediately, right? As soon as you know about them. By the way, Creator Fundamentals, Dan from Creator Fundamentals is a great example for that. He actually does it this way. If you look at his videos, as soon as something happening is on YouTube, he does at least a quick live streams where he shares his first thoughts about it, because he has subscribed to all the blogs and Twitter accounts that are relevant for YouTube. All right, let's move on to the next review. Leave Morningfame review in the channel, in the chat. Garasho Productions, you are the first person to be in the drawing. Cookie, I was talking about Matt Gillen here. That's his precise name. He has a small YouTube consulting company. Very interesting stuff. He does big data studies about the YouTube algorithm. Oftentimes, I'm citing his one of his studies quite often in my videos, actually, because he really digs deep there and tries to figure out which factors involve the success of a video. I learned a ton from him. All right. Let's take a number from 1 to 20 again. Here we go. 7 was the old number. 13. The lucky 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Gamer Syrup Therapy. You're the one. Do I remember correct? You were hoping to get a review and asking me right in the beginning when you were waiting for the stream. So excellent that you're the one. All right. Perfect, because a gaming channel shouldn't be missed in a review stream, right? Half of YouTube is gaming, so...
What's up, guys? In this video...
So, yeah, that was the introduction. All right, let's have a look. Close to 200 subscribers. Great, great. All right, let's have a quick look here. By the way, in between, did we have a question? I'm sorry, I'm not really able to follow the chat along so well, but I see you're helping out each other quite well. Thank you for that. Spinal, you quickly had a question about tags. Here is a video that I did about tags that really is like, I did so many videos about tags and always tried to explain it properly, and I think I finally nailed it with this one. How tags work, prepare to be surprised, this one. Yeah. And this one basically explains how you should think about tags. There's a little bit of a misconception about how tags actually work, because they actually don't help your video rank higher. That's the common perception. They have a different purpose, so I'm explaining it there. And then recently, Todd, the head of the discovery team at YouTube, the team who creates the algorithm, said that tags really don't matter that much as we usually think. So I'm discussing that in this video. By the way, that's a little bit like jumping on trends as well, because on the Creator Insider channel, if you want to be the first to know about any news from YouTube, go to the Creator Insider channel. That's really a great channel. If you're not subscribed, you should, because that is YouTube advice from YouTube directly. Behind the scenes a little bit. Yeah, their purpose is behind the scenes. It's not like the Creator Academy that is like tutorials, but they show you behind the scenes, like tests that YouTube is doing recently and all that. Creator Insider, really great. And they said on that channel that tags don't matter that much as creators usually think. So I'm discussing that here. I was not jumping on that trend right away. A little bit too late. Dan from Creator Fundamental, of course, that's his skill, did it right away. So that's probably more like you should do it, jumping on trends. But yeah, just to give you an idea here as well. Yeah, I hope that helps. So let's go to Gamers Therapy. Gaming can be a great therapy, by the way. When I'm tired of all the work, I'm usually gaming myself. Survival games are what I really enjoy. I think if I will be rich someday, which will probably never be the case, but I can work for free for many years and just doing something for fun, then I will program a survival game. That would be really fun. But yeah, if you want to do it for a job, developing games is really tough, really tough. On Steam, more than 90% of all the games don't even break even, don't make the money back they invested in developing the game. It's really harsh. All right. All right. In 10 years, more about me, part one. That's more like a vlog. Volcano experiment. That's probably a game, right? Which you are playing here. Vampire TV series. Oh, is it not too much about gaming, but don't mind. Here we have a horror game. More about me Q&A. More about me Q&A. By the way, that's I see more about me in 10 years, stuff like this. That's perfect because that's about active subscribers. Yeah. What is really important, and you were at 200 subscribers, close to 200 subscribers right now. Hone your skills of keeping your subscribers active. Yeah, everyone, by the way, who uses Morningfame, there is a way to. Oh, I'm not logged in. Let me quickly. Sorry, Morningfame. Who's using Morningfame? There is a statistic in the tool that shows you actually an estimate of your active subscribers. Here we go. Here, this one, we are in the velocity tab, and here is an estimate. We don't have the precise number, but that doesn't matter really, because we can see how this number evolves. Yeah, and here, as you see, it's going up and down a little bit all the time, but this should go up. Yeah, alongside with your total subscriber count. But what really matters is that as many people as possible keep being active. Yeah. Because make your subscribers count. The longer you can retain your subscribers on your channel, the more continuously you will get views from them. So that's certainly part of your channel growth or sustainable size of your channel. I really see it so oftentimes. People have thousands of subscribers but still have so few views in comparison because they were not able to retain those subscribers. Yeah, they didn't unsubscribe. Were too lazy. Most people are too lazy to unsubscribe, so your total subscriber count still looks good, but actually people don't watch your videos anymore. So that's really a great idea, and I like that you're talking about you a little bit, and I bet that is certainly something you do specifically for your subscribers. Yeah, a new visitor is probably not so interested in you as a person, but subscribers want to know more. Yeah, that's a good thing to do. So check there. Spider-Man PS4 hyped out. That's probably a new release. Is that actually about a new game release on the PlayStation that Spider-Man got released and you're talking about that? So that would be jumping on trends. Good idea. And as I can see, actually over 100 views, which is kind of a record for you. You have a few at 100, but obviously that worked well for you, right? So good idea to do that. Let's see. You have obviously optimized your videos for those games. I assume that those games are really competitive. Let's see. Assassins. Let's just do a quick analysis. Here we go. This is now for my channel. Yeah, the competition score is Assassin's Creed Rogue. But Creed Rogue. Oh, you actually should use the high comma. What was the name of that again? In your search, in your title, instead of removing it, because that's actually what people use in search. So better use that. And as you can see, the competition scores I get here are even for my channel, who has nearly 3,000 subscribers, so 10 times as you. Even there, it's too competitive for me to rank my videos. Yeah. If you're optimizing your videos for certain search terms, then try to find less competitive search terms so you can actually rank there. Yeah, because this way you have optimized your video for this search term, but it was no surprise that you didn't rank there, because there's just too many big channels there. The game is too famous for that. Apostrophe, thank you. So you won't rank there, and this way you won't get search. Oh, sorry. That was an accidental click. You won't get views from that. All right. So that would be a very important strategy if you optimize your videos for search. Look for less competitive search terms that are where you can see eye to eye with your small channel. It's for a small channel. It's really not that easy, frankly. Yeah, to get your videos ranked. But I mean, it's the competition. What chance do we have else, right? Yeah, good idea, Zap. Greetings to Germany, by the way. It is for an old game. Certainly, the competition is already there. Yeah, and that is the interesting part, by the way, about trends. Yeah. I once did a creator story about a gamer channel who had a really great strategy. It was how can I search that first? Because what he did here, yeah, that's the video. That's the video. What he did here is he started playing new games, all like building games, Sim Airport, Sim City, not Sim City particularly, but Sim City-like games. And what he did is every time this early access was released for those games, he right away did a video about that. Because the interesting part is, and that is what I analyzed then later as a follow-up, in this video. Here we go. How to Grow with Trends is actually a good playlist here where you have all the videos in it. Here we go. Where do we have it? Here, this one. I analyzed it here, and the interesting part is if you are early, and that's the power of trends. Yeah, here this part. And that's why I said first to publish. And that's explained here. If you're the first to publish a video about a game that is just released, then the chances are that the big channels who will certainly do a video about this new game, yeah, didn't do a video yet, at least. And it turned out that for I forgot his name actually, who was the gamer here. He released a video for Sim Airport on the same day the early access version was released. And later on, actually the very next day, big channels started to move in. They created a video about that game as well, but he had exactly 1 day time where no big channel had a video released yet. And so the competition is now fierce for this Sim Airport game, but at that time it was not fierce yet. So this is also another way if you want to rank in search, not only search for less competitive search terms, but also for trending search terms. If you are the first mover, it's not competitive yet. And he actually managed in this first day where the big channels didn't move in yet, that his first video, which was a tutorial about the game, yeah, it was a tutorial. The next day he released the first episode of his Let's Play series. This first video had 1 day to grow, and it got thousands of views in the first day. And with that, he got channel authority on that game even though he was a small channel yet. So he grew from 300 subscribers up to 6,000 subscribers because he moved in early and this way stayed on top of the wave. Yeah, even though the big competition moved in one day later even, he was able to ride the wave, so to say. And that's really impressive. So for small channels like you here, a gaming channel, that's something that you certainly should consider as well. Early access games are a godsend in this case. Yeah, we have everything is now early access nowadays. So if you are someone who is also interested in indie games in particular, early access for a AAA game probably won't give you the same results because there the big channels are observing what happens quite closely and move in right away as well. But for indie games, they are not observing what happens there in the gaming market so much. And so that's your chance to move in early. And with that, ride the wave of hopefully a lot of search traffic, because the early access game that you're featuring on your channel is one that actually has a lot of viewership. Yeah, you never know for early access games. It could be a game itself that no one is interested in, of course. Yeah, it should be a game that has a lot of interested gamers who want to get the game and find out more about the game. So yeah, I would say have a look at this video. It's a great example because he had to play many different games in a row until he hit this success. So it is also not an easy route, but a very possible one that is certainly working for small YouTubers. And it's always great to see strategies really work for small YouTubers. That's not often the case because you need a certain level of outreach there. So I would say maybe let's leave it at that. I would recommend you to do that. Evergreen, certainly SEO, I think you have it well down. Trends could be your opportunity as well. And certainly make sure, since you are a gaming channel who plays episode per episode, you're already doing that, as I can see. Where was it? Here, part 1, part 3. No, that's the About Me part, which is, of course, a good idea to do a series about. You already have it. But I saw that you do follow-ups here. Gameplay part 1, gameplay part 2. So think in series. That's what this gamer did as well. Yeah. The idea here is that especially in gaming, that's obvious to do, yeah, but the same thing is true for any niche, by the way, that you try to do series, because if you establish a certain type of content, a certain topic area, like for example, let me quickly show you that. I hope I can have, let's see. Let's see about playlists. Yeah, series and playlists are the same thing in my opinion. Here we go. Playlists are the way to group your series, but you should look at series. For example, I have a series about how the YouTube algorithm works. Yeah, 8 videos. I'm talking about each and every aspect about the algorithm. What I did is a few videos in the beginning, and I found out you guys really enjoy these kinds of videos. So I did more of those. Yeah. And as you can see, it's strong in every aspect. Yeah. These videos are really doing well. The tags video recently was a really successful one. Then I did, this was a live stream where I talked really in depth about the algorithm, really like super deep. And that really resonated well with you. So I know that every time I do something about the YouTube algorithm, it will work well with you. And so it's thinking in series is a way to figure out what are the topic areas that can work well with your audience. and then you can decide after a few episodes whether you cancel that series or continue to do that. Yeah. This is really high-level content strategy thinking here, which I really recommend you to do. And I see you're starting doing that. I think what I could suggest, if it's doing well for you, continue to do more episodes about that. Here, I think the only issue for Assassin's Creed Rogue, as we saw before, is that it's a too popular game. So you have a hard time as your small channel to get your foot in the door and get a considerable amount of search traffic for that game, right? So maybe you try it with another indie game that is only released as an early access. Do a few episodes and then see how it does. But when it's not doing well, try a different game. And if it's doing well, continue to do so. And you have basically a guarantee that people will coming back. It's all tied together, by the way. I mean, it keeps your subscribers active as well, right? Because they know, oh, this series is great. Here's another episode. I have to watch it. Certainly, right? That's the thinking of the viewer here. So that would be a good idea. Yeah, I hope that helps. All right. No skills required. Nico, do you know some course of book about the science of thumbnails, composition, colors, and more? You know what? Brian G once did a video about thumbnails, a live stream. It's not a book, but I really was blown away by how he presented everything. What he did, it was less a live stream, like interacting, but he had a presentation, a PowerPoint presentation, took roughly an hour. And all I was thinking was, wow, this is basically explaining everything there is. Like, it was really a complete picture, in my opinion. So let me see if I can quickly find it. Let me see. Thumbnails. Thumbnails are super important, obviously. Yeah. Very interesting, by the way. Let me see if I can show you that. It's an interesting case, by the way, just as an example. But before, let me quickly link that live stream. Here we go. Here, that's the one with the black. Wow. I've accidentally clicked it. Here is the link if you're interested in. That's the one. The YouTube page is with not really robust here. Anyway, this is the one. Really great presentation. I mean, super great. If you watch this, you don't need to know anything else anymore. The only thing that I may add to that is I have on my channel break the pattern. I analyzed here, that's kind of top level, on top, so to say. If you want to distinguish yourself from the rest of your competition, then have a look at this video. It's interesting because every niche has the same style of thumbnails for some reason. It's really weird to see. I analyzed that once, and it turned out that it's quite similar. So when you break the pattern, if you look different, then you can set yourself apart and grow that click-through rate, right? Here, I would here. Do I have both versions still? Yeah, I do. Here, I recently had this one. That's the full-size thumbnail, by the way. That was my first iteration. Same video, first iteration of this thumbnail. It was not really intriguing, right? This was the alternate way. I uploaded it a few hours later. How do you like that? Yeah, do you see that intrigue factor here? Share without followers. I mean, yeah, there's a reason to watch it. Compare to share on social. What should it tell me? I mean, we all share on social media, right? So what possibly can I tell you there? But without followers, how is that possible? So I think if you are thinking about the design of your thumbnail, it's not only colors and shapes and all that stuff, but also what it makes you think. Yeah, which is really important here. Share without flowers. Really nice gardens. I really like it every time when I have like some nature around me and be able to film there. All right, small tip for gamers: do not only do let's plays, do how-to videos. Certainly, yeah, certainly, do how-to videos. When I play a game, yeah, these survival games, I see all those let's play videos, and they don't really answer my questions. I want to find out how I can craft a certain item or how I can fight a certain boss or something like this. And it's so difficult to find this information. This is really oftentimes a thing that you could do for gaming channels that really add value that no one else happens to do for some reason. I mean, of course, doing let's play videos is easier to do because you just record them and talk at the same time. Tutorials are more work, and it's tough for gaming because usually you upload one game a day, so it's a lot of work. But tutorials can really help there, and they are the ones that really fit into the evergreen aspect. Yeah, and yeah, that's it. Okay, without further ado, let's go forward to the next channel review. Please leave Morningfame review in the description, and I will choose someone randomly. All right. SP Tech Plus is the first one to be in the list. All right. Some other questions? All right. Here we go. Let's do, okay. Oh, sorry. Okay. I think a few less we have now. Let's do 1 to 15. All right, 13 is the last number. So here we go. 0. Oh, there's 0. Doesn't help. Oh, 13 again. All right, let's see who's number 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13. Labi Aziz. Oh, sorry, I can't pronounce your name, but you're the one. Excellent. By the way, welcome to my channel. Cookie, good idea. But chances are the next number won't be the 13 again. All right, 400 subscribers. Nice. Personal development is your thing. All right, let's have a look here. Let me switch to the browser. Here we go. Personal development. Here we go, just for your reference. Channel banner, looking nice. Okay. How to shoot your shot effectively. Basketball. I see. How to deal with homesickness in college. Um, Alcohol affects your skin and body. Treating me like a black person. Yeah, that's certainly something. All that happens in your life, right? Something to deal with. Awesome. How to make YouTube thumbnails. All right. Everyone who is interested, maybe check that out. Since we just talked about it. How to start a YouTube channel. Excellent. So you're doing this a little bit as well. Are you thinking about switching to that, or I think it's just a few videos that you did about that, right? It's personal development most of the time. What you shouldn't bring to the college dorm. Long distance relationships. I see. Awesome. Yeah, I would see how to drink more water every day. Good idea. How to drink more water every day. Excellent. And I would assume, even without checking, maybe that's even a search term that is not too competitive for you. It's pretty much long tail already, so greatly optimized for search here. Hi Kate, how are you doing? So we have, that's okay here. Evergreen, perfect. I think what you do a lot is evergreen here, right? I mean, it fits well for your kind of niche, right? Everything that every new college student asks, relationship advice is, of course, what else can be more evergreen, right? I think that won't go away in 1,000 years. Not I think, I'm sure. And so evergreen is your thing and working really well there. What do we else have here? Summer morning routine. Losing my V card. Okay, reaction. Here's a reaction. I see. You're certainly, I would say, jumping on trends as well from time to time. So I think a good idea, actually. It's a different kind of driving traffic. Also a good idea to do so, because obviously ranking in search is quite tough with a channel of your size. But of course, you're building up an archive. Yeah. The interesting part is, even if you're not ranking right now with your videos, oftentimes here, because the search terms are very competitive, a year later, for example, your channel grew to a bigger size, and suddenly your older videos may start ranking again because your channel is now bigger. That's an effect that Brian G. Johnson often observed, and I saw in other channels as well. So it's a good idea to build up an archive of evergreen content. And I think in this case, it's certainly the best way to go. Let's see what do we have here. Trends. You have collabs, of course, is a good idea, which works for every channel. Link content, certainly. I don't know whether you're linking up your content, so you have follow-up things. For example, the whole relationship advice is really something serious worthy. Yeah, if your science a woman wants to talk to, wants you to talk to her, something that is how to keep a man interested long time. Yeah, I don't know whether that's a good follow-up thing, but you certainly have this serious character in here. So if you are getting viewers, yeah, I mean, evergreen topics are perfect to get new viewers through the YouTube algorithm, right? So new people are coming your way, and you can make the most of those viewers by linking up your content to have series, to do the view handoff method. Yeah, you're pitching another video in your archive at the end of your video. Say the reason why you should precisely watch this video next, and then show a card in the corner. So people not only watch one video but more videos, and that also makes them more likely to subscribe, and hopefully you can keep them active, and this way like all ties together, right? I don't know, let's see, social media, do you actually, yeah, you say Avolabui. You say evergreen content is definitely the way to go. And adding trending topic from time to time. You have playlist, perfect. Excellent. One thought here, by the way, about playlists. Yeah. If you look at your analytics, I don't know how it looks like in your case, but what I observed, I mean, I also have playlists all the time, right? It's just natural to group videos together this way. But the views the playlist itself gets is usually very low, for me at least. I mean, I'm also very much evergreen focused. So playlists alone don't help that much. What really is important, I think, is particularly the end screens and the view handoff method. That you actively pitch follow-up videos at the end of the video. Not just show them, but tell a reason why a person should watch the next video. Just to give you an example, recently I did a video, the last one actually, talking about video descriptions. Yeah, and I explained everything what you should put into a description here and there. And then at the end, I said, like, nowadays, you should also put hashtags in your description. I explained everything about descriptions except hashtags. Yeah, they go into the description nowadays too. So I said, like, if you want to learn more about hashtags, so to say, complete your knowledge about video descriptions. Yeah, that's what I didn't explicitly say, but that's understood by the viewer. Then watch my video about hashtags now. Yeah, so there's a real reason why the person should watch the next video. A playlist alone, an end screen alone, won't do that. Yeah, it is a good idea to really pitch, to talk about the next video in your video at the end. And then, of course, the analytics will show that people are actually clicking through the cards and watch the next video. Really working well for me, by the way. So make use of that. Yeah, you can basically see that as a funnel. You get in new viewers through evergreen content and sometimes trends. You make the most out of them through linking. Yeah, and since they are binge watching right off the bat your videos, they are more likely to subscribe, because the more videos people watch through from the same channel, the more likely they are willing to subscribe. Because obviously, when you learn about a new channel, you don't know whether the same quality videos will be coming in the future as well. So you're skeptical at first, but the more cool videos you watch from this channel, the more likely you are subscribe. So hopefully you keep them active. And this way have kind of a guaranteed way to get new views. Yeah, every new video you upload, your active subscribers will watch. So that's kind of a baseline that you have, like this certain amount of views you get with each video. And by the way, interesting, you have one video that has 1.5K views, which is super incredible considering that you have just 400 subscribers. So this one really took off. And also for me, that's really unfortunately not the case for my channel. But I see that in many small channels like you, that they have these successful videos every now and then. And if you have that, for me, it's really a sign that the YouTube algorithm is highly considering your video to promote them. It won't do it for every video. I mean, it has to be a good video. You won't succeed to do that with every video, but you have the chance to really get high outreach thanks to the promotion that the YouTube algorithm does for you. And seeing such a high view count early on is really incredible. Yeah, and basically, if you look at the growth of a small channel, it's usually the case that in the beginning you have very few views. Yeah, very few views, struggling to get any views at all. And what really grows your channel in the beginning, yeah, is as I observe it usually, is the active subscribers. You find new viewers, hopefully through social media. This is kind of a very great way to get your initial audience by tapping into communities, yeah, existing communities. For me, for example, it was a Tube Ritual group, yeah, because I do YouTube advice. A YouTuber group like the Tube Ritual group is really a fitting community for me. I was, at least back then. Nowadays, I'm a little bit active, but not so much as back then. I was a known member of the community. People liked me, and I was engaging with them, commenting with them, because I wanted to learn from them, obviously. So I was a friend of the community, this way, if the community have the interests about the videos that you do, yeah, the value that your videos provide fit the interest of the people in the communities, then you can share your videos there and then they get watched. Yeah, this is a really great way for small YouTubers to get initial traction for the channel, and so the views slowly grow, and first and foremost through active subscribers. Yeah. Because they are the first subscribers, they feel the personal connection to you as a channel, and hopefully you can early on keep them and they keep coming back to watch your new videos. And the more you grow, the active subscribers itself won't give you that many views. I mean, you have a limited amount of active subscribers, yet your channel is still small, so a few hundred maybe. And so you start in doing SEO to trigger the algorithm to get new viewers to your channel. Yeah, and what I saw in the beginning after that is that with your active subscribers, if they are well active, YouTube usually gives you viewers as many as you have active subscribers. So it's basically doubling your view count. That's what I observe usually. But then the next stage is something like we saw here. Every now and then a video really takes off where the YouTube algorithm does heavy promotion for the video. And this way you can hopefully take those users, link to more content, they become subscribers, and with this you lift your channel. Yeah, and the more successfully you do that, the more likely it will become that suddenly YouTube will promote a video heavily for you. So the frequency at which these highly taking off videos appear gets closer and closer. So right now you have like every 10 videos maybe or something, or maybe every 20 video. It's not happening very often for you yet, but I saw channels that for which that happening more often and more often. I saw a small channel had every three videos took off, and this way suddenly your channel like climbs onto a next level. Yeah, and this kind of like the process. So at your stage, I think focus on keeping your subscribers active. Yeah, link up the content to make the most out of the new viewers you get through the SEO with evergreen and a little bit of trends that you currently do. And I think that's kind of like in this stage you're currently in, would make sense to focus on most. Well, yeah, I hope that helped. Kate had 3 videos with the first 3 months of the year that took off. They all had different reasons for taking off, but I think the algorithm helped a bit. By the way, if you want to really know how the algorithm helped, how much and in which way, I once did a video, the analytics traffic sources. Can really tell you the details. Oh, I entered the wrong word. Let me show you. It's really interesting to see. I actually analyzed it this way for a few channels where I saw this incredible growth, yeah, for particular videos. And this one is the one where I find out why your video took off, how you use the traffic sources to really drill down the reason how the algorithm helped you, or whether it was through external traffic. Of course, that could also be the case, yeah, that somehow it was shared on Facebook and many people came this way. And obviously I did it in a different order. This one is older than this one, but I could have used the handoff method from this video to this video. Obviously you see by the thumbnail already that this is a perfect follow-up for this video, because there's this effect that if you have a video taking off like this, that you lose many subscribers. And I explain why that happens and why it's actually not a bad thing. All right, but you can understand here the view handoff method could really work well here. At the end I say, look, now you know why it took off, and I bet you wonder now why you saw that you lost so many subscribers with that video. Here is actually the explanation why that happens for just these videos. And then I link this card, right? So that would be the idea behind that. All right. Unknown or infrequent in the traffic sources, right, Daniel? Yeah. Not everything is categorized there. So yeah, all right. Without further ado, let's do another review. Leave in the comments at Morningfame review, and I will draw another random number. Abulabi, you had a question about most popular. By the way, since we are at the most popular section here, right? A really great idea to come up with good video topics for your channel is to look at the videos from other successful channels in your niche and then sort by most popular. Oh, sorry, I was not showing the browser. Here we are in the video section of the channel, and then we sort by most popular. This way you can find out the videos that are most popular. Wow, you have some really big ones. Wow, that's incredible. 2-month-old only. Oh, impressive, really impressive. And this way you can find out video topics, since they really work well for other channels, the audience, they have a good chance of working on your channel well as well, because you look at similar channels, they have similar audiences, so similar video, doing the same video topics as them, which were successful, is most likely to work well on your channel as well. It's really great inspiration for video topic. And actually, if you're using Morningfame, you have this report in the topic tab. Here we go. Oh, my tool is here. Here we go. In the keyword research tool topic tab, we have this get ideas from channels close to yours. And here, for me, it's of course video creators, vidIQ, Roberto Blake, or there is all the people, Ryan G, of course, who are doing YouTube advice like me. And this is I think an even more balanced way to pick the successful videos of those channels as inspiration to be good video topics for your channel as well. But if you don't have Morningfame, using the most popular filter here for the videos is the next best thing to get really great inspiration. So you don't have to experiment with new video topics and risk that the video topic is not a good one after all. Here you see these topics certainly did well for the other channels who have a similar audience. So it's really highly likely that it will do well for your channel as well. Not all the time in terms of views, but certainly in terms of keeping your subscribers active. Because the interests of the other audience of the other channels are similar to your own subscribers' interests. So doing more videos about that is a good idea. Is a good idea. You said like a views to subscribers ratio. I can't look it up here actually. But of course the idea is if you have these successful videos, you need to somehow be prepared to actually convert those people who watch those successful videos. The point is this: if you start to have these highly successful videos, you need to have a few things in place so you can make use of that. In particular, linked content is really important to have in place even before your first video really takes off. Because of course, if you have a 10K video like this, right? Then certainly you will get a lot of subscribers from that. But if you link up like the handoff method, like I said before, like this one would be handing off to this one, the longer you can make your viewing session of those new people who came in through the algorithm to your channel, the longer you can make them watch more videos of your channel, the more likely they are likely to subscribe. So if you have that in place, and I mean, it's not a lot of work, it's just a thought, that in every video that you do, you think about, is there a great follow-up video that you in your archive that you could link viewers to? And just mention a sentence, integrate a card. So it's not really a difficult thing to do, but if you have that in place, then your successful video really are worth more in the end. Keep that in mind in this case. All right, let's do another drawing of a random number. Let's do 1 to 10. 1 to 10, not 0 to 10, right? So we don't get a 0 again. Okay, 13 was the last one, and here we go. 2. Didn't we have a 2 before already? The random number generator is not very creative today. 1, 2. Proceed to checkout. Awesome. By the way, welcome to the stream. I saw you chimed in recently. Proceed to Checkout is actually a very interesting channel. He does animated videos like I do, and it's very how-to related. 400 subscribers at this point, and he is really focusing on giving you advice about how to get like things from Amazon cheaper. And wow. You really just have 6 videos on there. 5K views, nearly 100K views, 2K views, 20K views, 4K views, 700 views. I mean, it's man, you did bad here. It is so incredible. Here, look at that, 400 subscribers. Yeah, and that's the results he gets. It's incredible. Oh, I see you had a long break in here. 8 months ago, 8 months ago, 7 months ago, 1 month ago. You know what? This is certainly, I don't feel in the position for you to say like, what should you try next? Yeah, because you're acing it so incredibly well. When we are looking at the cartwheel here, you do evergreen content, certainly. Yeah, how to? That's the thing you do, and you do it so well that you probably don't need any other growth strategy, let's say. But of course, I mean, you could apply those. But maybe one thing that was recently a question someone else had, which I want to focus on here. You have the big issue right now that you had a big break, and obviously your last video is 1 month old, so your upload schedule is far from regular. And I will certainly do a video about that in the future, but I want to say something. Some people are asking about upload schedules, yeah, and not everyone is able to do videos on a regular basis. Yeah, I for example do my videos one each week. I couldn't do more because it's too much work. I mean, obviously I have to develop the tool all the time. That's my main priority, so I couldn't invest more into my channel. But there's countless other reasons why you couldn't publish more videos. One video a week is actually still a frequency that is still good. Yeah, there's nothing against it. But as soon as you start, like let's say, only publishing a video every 2 weeks, or even more rarely, you have the whole effect of, you know, active subscribers are really important for a channel, for example, because they are the ones who drive the initial view velocity of your videos. Yeah, and that is certainly signals that YouTube sends the YouTube algorithm gets for new videos, and based on that, it decides on how to promote your videos. Yeah. It is not only your active subscribers, it's also ranking in search in the beginning a little bit, your semi-subscribers, which is a term that I coined. Anyway, people who are not subscribed but still get heavily promoted on your videos get heavily promoted on their home screen. Here's what I mean, yeah? This is the view velocity, how the views grow in the beginning of the lifespan of your video after you upload them. Here, 24 hours, 48 hours, and so on. That's part of the velocity tab on Morningfame. So this is really important to bootstrap it. But if you are publishing rarely, yeah, then this whole effect is kind of gone, because people may have forgotten about you, yeah, because you update not often enough. And so it's kind of getting difficult for you, yeah, if you don't have this regular upload schedule. And in this case, I would recommend you, first of all, we can see here as an example, this is just a perfect example. I mean, a channel who uploads not very frequently. Here, 7 months ago, 8 months ago, we have a big gap. Oh, sorry, I don't show the browser. Here we have a big gap already, and still this one is really successful, 4K views, right? And okay, here the first month you published every week. That was certainly helpful for you, but the frequency went down a lot. There are many other channels, by the way, who work the same way. I mean, there is one, I forgot his name. Sorry, I forgot his name, but I once did a video about him. He did just 8 videos, and grew to 1,000 500, 2,000 subscribers with them. Yeah. And published really irregularly. Every month or so, it was a DIY channel. And he made it work. So channels with a low frequency of publishing videos really can make it work. The best example certainly is Simon's Cat. Who knows Simon's Cat? I mean, who doesn't, right? And the important thing here is, first of all, video quality has to be really great, and maybe sometimes it's also the reason why you can't publish more often, videos more often, because you have to invest a lot of time into the video quality. And Simon's Cat, that's animated videos. He once told us that one video, I mean, just 5 minutes of these cat animations, which are not really that fancy, right? They are black and white, just white background and black lines, not even colors in it and all that stuff. It takes him 3 months to produce. Yeah, 3 months for a 5 minutes video. So how could he publish more often? And of course he did a new approach where he met with veterinarians or cat lovers and did interviews with them. Yeah, something like that. Not animated videos. This was a way to fill in the gaps a little bit, which is a good idea to do. But certainly the quality has to be high if you publish not very frequently. And it's very important that you design your thumbnails in a way that, you know, if you scroll through your home feed, yeah, you have just a split second to recognize the thumbnails. And it's really important to design your thumbnails in a way that they immediately catch the attention of the person who scrolls through this. I mean, chances are that the person who is subscribed to your channel already forgot about your channel because the previous video was 1 month ago. But if you design your thumbnails in a way that you only need a split second to recognize a thumbnail from your channel as being a video from your channel, then these persons will stop scrolling and click it, because they know the videos were great in the past. That's why I'm saying video quality is more important for those channels in particular. So they were really happy to watch the video like 1 month ago or so, right? Now they scroll through the feed and immediately recognize your thumbnail, and they are really highly likely to click it then. So this combination, high quality video and recognizable thumbnails, is super important. I think when we look at your thumbnails here, you're doing a great job here at making them look consistent. However, I'm not sure whether that is enough, because the style is one that is probably often used by other channels in your niche as well, so they don't stick out as particularly from your channel that much. Of course, you have your logo in the corner here all the time, right? But as I said, when they are scrolling through the feed quickly, everyone knows how quickly we scroll through feeds, right? The split second is not so much enough to recognize this logo here, right? Of course, your orange border is something that is more easily recognizable and may help here. So I think you're doing already pretty well here, but it's improvable, I would say. What I realized, I realized this advice actually when I was at a YouTube meetup, and a friend who is actually subscribed to my channel happened to scroll through her feed and suddenly stopped when she realized, oh, there's your video. And then I realized my design really fulfills that. If you look at the Morningfame report here, you are in the velocity tab and you click at appealing thumbnails, then we have this grid of all the thumbnails. And it's not the case so much for every thumbnail. Look at this one, for example. There's a lot of going on because this is a picture of the interview I did. Or here is a little bit of the colorful background. But especially those videos that have the gray background and this one, they are really simple. Yeah? And I'm doing this way very often. Here we go. Yeah? I'm switching up a little bit, but this is really powerful because it's so simple and so unique that it only takes a split second to recognize that this is a video from my channel. Yeah, and I don't even have a logo. And this is what I mean. And I think if you have a channel that publishes rarely, then this is more and more important to do here. To really tap into your active subscribers successfully. Yeah, those who see your videos in the feed because they probably forgot about your videos, but then the visual thumbnail makes them remember within a split second. All right, so far so good. I hope that helped. Was a little bit of kind of a different review this time. My pleasure. Proceed to check out. All right. I would say let's wrap it up for today. But before we end it, do you have any random YouTube growth questions that I can answer? Endless Limit, did Nico say the thumbnails were the reason it were growing fast? I didn't catch it. Thumbnails are the biggest influential factor in the click-through rate. Yeah, and click-through rate is the centerpiece between impressions and expected watch time, which the YouTube algorithm is aiming to make as high as possible. So those videos that produce the best expected watch time per impressions do the best. And click-through rate certainly is at its core, right? The more impressions you convert into a view, yeah, the more watch time you will accumulate, obviously, right? And yeah, thumbnails are the core of that. I recently showed this thumbnail that I recently did. Here we go. This one is not really intriguing. Share on social, everyone does that. What kind of advice would possibly my video have in store? But this one, the second version of it, share without followers, is intriguing, right? How could that possibly be? That we can share videos and grow even if we don't have followers on social media. There is a totally different click-through rate. And actually I saw that in the view velocity as well. For this particular video, it was like this, that you can see that here. Let's see. Sorry, it takes a minute to load. Here we go. That was the video here. Here we go. That's more because it's so stretched. It's not really visible here, but here it went up. Yeah, my active subscribers were watching it, but the frequency in which they watched it was not as high as usually. I mean, compare it. Yeah, here, select for comparison. Here in yellow, you see this latest one really did well. It was third place in the end. This one was a really successful video. This one was not as successful, but as you can see here, it didn't grow that steeply in the beginning like this video. Yeah, Because of course many subscribers immediately watch it, but this was not the case because I think the thumbnail was not so intriguing, the first version, and it even plateaued at this point. But then I changed the thumbnail, and then after that people saw, probably my active subscribers probably saw the video again, and the thumbnail was more intriguing, so they finally watched it after all. Even though I assume they saw it the first time around when it had the old thumbnail still. Yeah, that's what's happened. And so, yeah, thumbnails are super important. I actually started to, as you see here, it's a screenshot here, an image. I really started to do extra photos just for my thumbnails nowadays. Yeah, because it's so important. Here, this one you can see as well. This was kind of funny one because my wife was standing on the street, and we had to watch that no car arrives. Half busy street, so not easy. And then you don't know how many tries we needed in order to get everything on there. Only grass and no footwalk here, and part of the street, and you could clearly see me making the hashtag. But specially made for the video. Before I usually did it like this, that I just took a screen grab from the video itself, one frame of the video itself, which is working sometimes. Here it's also only a screen grab here as well. But if you do it particularly, you could make more out of it. I mean, here I'm clicking a share button. Yeah, it's a better way to go in this case, right? So it's worth the investment. I mean, a thumbnail itself can take an hour or more, right? But it's just too important for that to not invest that time. Yeah, Gamers Therapy, really my pleasure. All right, any other question? Kevin, welcome. Well, even if you are late, I'm sorry you missed most part. Yeah, but we have the replay. Sometimes my video rank for main title in low competition keyword, and sometimes we don't rank in the same title. Even the competition is very low. Instead, it ranks for one of my tag. All right, that's a great question. By the way, for SEO, right? You're having it down to really focusing on search terms that have low enough competition, so your channel is able to rank there. But I have to say there, even if you follow the recommendation in the keyword research tool, that you have the B grade at least, it's not working all the time. Yeah, we don't have guarantees to actually make our videos rank. See it as you take a shot at it, and hopefully most of the times it works. Yeah, and that's what I observe as well. It works most of the time, but it's not a surefire, so to say. Yeah, no guarantees. But if you see, if you see that your video ranks initially, when you just published it, like check the video rankings, like go in an incognito browser and type in the search term you're targeting right after you published the video. 20 minutes after that or something like that. And you see your video ranking there. And then a few hours later, a few days later, you see like the video goes down in rank. Yeah. Then that is most likely a sign that your watch time is not good enough. Yeah, because making it into the ranking is one thing, but keeping the rank, or ideally even growing up in rank, moving up in rank, that could also happen ideally. This is first and foremost influenced by your watch time, and of course your click-through rate. So the thumbnail is important. We just talked about that. And so if you are doing really well in thumbnails already, you do your best, and you can honestly say that your thumbnails look even a little bit better than all the competition. By the way, if you want to really know that, of course you can, here in Morningfame, we have this comparison, which you also get in an email. Here we go, for example. Yeah, here. This is my video, and here we have similar videos. So can I say that my video sticks out there? This comparison is really helpful to evaluate that. I would say it's interesting. Maybe it sticks out a little bit, but not really, to be frank. Yeah. Let's say show more. Maybe we see a good example here. Not in this case, but sometimes if I have those videos with these gray backgrounds. Oh, I do have here. Yeah, here. This one is sticking out more because it's cleaner, right? But anyway, if you really want to know if your thumbnails stick out, post that in a YouTuber forum. Yeah, for example, in Tubercular group, and let others decide that. Don't tell them which one is your thumbnail, so you know whether yours really sticks out. It's oftentimes if you try to evaluate it, it's just safe. It's quite difficult to be frank there. And of course, then the other factor is watch time. So long time, try to increase your watch time. This way you have better chances to keep ranking for a search term that has, of course, given that it has low enough competition. Hi, Brian, how are you doing? Yeah, Brian here, the founder of the Tubercular group. Yeah, head over there if you don't already. It's a really great group. All right. Thanks, Brian. Yeah, the gray is kind of my thing to kind of setting myself apart a little bit from the other more busy thumbnails, usually in the niche. All right. I would say let's wrap it up for today. Let me show you the cartwheel I was talking about before. So everyone who doesn't have a screen grab of that yet, feel free to make a screenshot right now. So you have it for your reference. The idea which I explained previously, inspired by the book Traction for Startups, the idea is which of those growth strategies do you apply right now and which you don't. So every now and then, like every few months, try to think about those ways here, yeah, and which one you tried using the least, and maybe it could be a new way to grow your channel. Now, if you didn't link up your content probably yet, then it's certainly time to do the handoff method. Yeah, Brian, the inventor of that, really powerful. Maybe think about keeping your subscribers active as long as possible. If you never do a collab, try to do that. And again, as I explained in the beginning, the best idea to make a collab is to have a concrete project idea for the collab that you can propose to that other YouTuber. Yeah, like say, I want to do this and that. I want to do a top 5 video, and you do one part and I do the other, and then we publish it on my channel, and then we do a similar one that you publish on your channel. What do you think about it? The more you prepare, the better the other person can get excited about it and is more willing to say yes to it. Compared to, of course, if you just say, hey, let's collab, are you in? Yeah, and then the other person is like, what should the collab be about? That doesn't get me excited. How should I say yes at that point? Yeah? The better your collab project idea is, the more likely the other person says yes. So yeah, try with different approaches every now and then. But of course, the value is at its core. Yeah? You have to provide the value to make each growth strategy work. And yeah, the value, of course, I hope this time for making my active subscribers, every one of you, providing good value in the live stream today. Good channel reviews. I hope you liked them. All right. That's it for today. Thanks for joining in. Let's see. In 1 month, I will do a similar live stream again. I bet, as always, each of my review live streams will be different. I get bored easily, so let's see what next idea I have of kind of a different spin on channel reviews. Let's see about that. All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend and see you everywhere in email, Facebook group, in the comments. I look forward to chat with you again soon. All right. Have a great day.